She was an independent little girl even back then. She had to have help getting on because she wasn't very big. Peter always laughed at her because she'd come back just crying her eyes out and go right to the pump and get back on.
The name Marcy Ver Meer first came up when I was attending the World Equestrian Games in 2010. Come to find out, she trained the horse that won it, Gunner's Special Night.
In 2007, Marcy went off to the Futurity in Oklahoma, and Shelley and her kids and I were glued to the computer at home, keeping track of her scores and if she was going to make it to the finals, and she did.
For number 328, Gunner's Special Night and Marcy Ver Meer, 2:30.
Just watch her and see the crowd just getting into it more and more and more. I mean, it just kept on getting louder and louder and louder during her ride, and everybody was getting so excited.
I think of her as this beautiful little woman that is stronger than most men that I know.
Really, the only qualification I have for people that I want to ride with me is that they have passion for what they're doing.
I said to Marcy a long time ago that I wanted to be an equestrian more than just a rider, and she's done that for me.
We can be learning the same skill, and yet she has a way of explaining it to each individual that works for them.
She doesn't stop until you have it, which other trainers will say it and it's gone. Whereas with Marcy, she'll repeat it, and she repeats it until she figures that you have actually assimilated what she was trying to convey.
With my clients, I try to really describe what they need to do and why they should do it. If it were me, I can't perform a task on my own, and I can't think on my own if I don't know why I did it or how it's helping the horse. And so in my lessons, that's what I always try to get across is do this because.
Everybody's got a different way of telling you how to do something, and I love Marcy. She'll tell you one way, and if it's not working for you, she can come up with something else or a third way until we find the thing that clicks with your mind and helps you get there.
She just can figure out why you're not doing it right, and she can change it without having to get on the horse or without having to get mad or yell or scream, or she just gives you an analogy and makes you laugh. So you never ever feel bad about yourself.
She takes things into a depth that teaches you how to communicate better with your horse, how to be independent, which is really, I think, important because when it's all said and done, we have to go out there and do it ourselves.
Everything about the seat, and the better you sit on a horse, the better you can ride it from behind, and like that gave the whole collection and frame thing a whole new meaning to me. And I just love her program. She's got a lot of style, a lot of feel. It's just very, very great experience to be able to work with her.
I think I'm fortunate that I can see how people are sitting, how they are holding themselves, what they're doing, and how they carry themselves, that it affects the horse. And I don't think people understand how much a little tiny change in their posture can have a huge communication effect on their horse. If they're gripping, the horse may think it's like a mountain lion that's attacking their back, and they're scared or they're upset, versus just softening that up a little bit, and all of a sudden the horse is now happy and relaxed.
The first time I rode with Marcy, I felt like a sense of relief that I wasn't as very tense as I used to be, and I felt more relaxed when I was riding with her, and I felt more connected with my horse.
In the NRHA rule book, it states that the horse should be willingly guided. And I think a lot of times a horse can look willingly guided, but what I want it to be is that the horse is happy that the rider is communicating with the horse in a manner that the horse can understand.
I think she works just as hard on her open horses as she does on any non-pro horse, whether it's a green rookie or a youth or anybody.
And she can go from an 11-year-old to a 63-year-old and be able to see where you're at and build and be at your level, no matter what level it is. And it's been incredible.
It was, I think, our first show that I remember being with Marcy. Paris was taking lessons. I could see her light up like a Christmas tree. Things completely changed.
I really find it rewarding, love working with the non-pros. I'm not sure which I like more. I also love finding a connection with horses, and with that connection, maybe getting more out of the horse than any of us thought might be possible, which I love to transfer then into my open horses and make them hopefully something that I can show in the open and the non-pro can also show instead of just one or the other.
And UPS has gone on to her next adventure in life. She got sold to another client in the barn for a non-pro horse, and they're doing very well.
I was very lucky to get UPS. I got the chance to ride her quite a few times before I bought her. And it was just, Marcy's very good at fitting a person to a horse.
I feel like I'm really lucky right now because my partner, Cody Halford, is very good at starting colts. He enjoys it. He gets them very broke without getting them overtrained. And so I feel like my program maybe has even gotten better with his help. And I ride them early. He rides them for maybe a month or two, and then I start riding them myself. And I love that journey of taking a horse from start to finish.
My real love is watching Marcy show my horse. It just gives me chills, and I know that if I'm going to be in that world, that she's the best person I can put in the saddle to get the job done.
She came up to Idaho and did a clinic up in Idaho, and since I'm from Wyoming, then we went over to the clinic, and it was incredible. And so when I knew I was coming down here for the winters, I contacted her and asked her if I could be in her program.
I believe that horse and rider are very similar. At least for me, if I'm confident, I can go do anything I want. But if I have a little bit of worry that I can't do something, then my performance is not nearly as good as it should be. And I believe that's the same for non-pros, horses, both. So I like to build the confidence in my riders as well as my horses.
She's helped my horses. She's helped me ride better. She's taught me all sorts of stuff. I've learned tons. She's taught me how to sit nicer. She's awesome.
Managing the Bar Double C Ranch has made it to where the horses are now kept in my standard of care. It's as if every horse is my own. I'm in charge of every aspect. Everyone that gets hired goes through me. Everything that happens now goes through me. And that makes it to where, like I said, it feels like every horse is mine now. I think every horse we have teaches us as trainers. I've had some really, really good ones, and they've taught me what it's like to have those really nice, easier to get along with type horses. But actually some of the tougher ones have taught me so much that makes the good ones even better. Had I not had those tougher horses, I probably wouldn't be where I am today.
Good, give to her. Perfect.